They told us the campus was a dry campus, which we all know is a lie. What's up, guys? My name is AZ and welcome to AZ's World. I know it's been a while. In literally every single video that I've posted in like the last year, I've mentioned how I am the ultimate. I had to sneeze, but I lost it. So if you haven't noticed, at least by my hat, this was one of the best investments I've ever made, by the way. I will be attending the Pennsylvania State University, and I'm very, very excited about it. I'm gonna be in the class of 2023. It is absolutely incredible, and a part of this commitment process is new student orientation. So for any students or any of you guys who are also interested in going to PSU or to any school of that matter, here's pretty much what you can expect. I mean, I'm not saying that it's the same for every school, but for the most part, I think this is how it goes. If it's not, well, hopefully you can vibe off of my experience. Listen, let's not even focus on that. Let's get into the things that went down on this day. I live in New York City, and the drive from New York City to University Park, Pennsylvania is about 5 hours. That alone is just like, what did I get myself into? Not saying that long drives are foreign to me, because I grew up with a lot of transporting, like upstate and then back home, and that alone is like 5 or more hours. So it's nothing new, but it's still a lot. Like, it doesn't get easier. The older you get, the more you start to feel these drives. So we started driving at 5 a.m. to make it there for 12 p.m. And at 12 p.m. that's where, I guess, all the festivities began. The first thing that you do when you get on campus is, well, first of all, you embrace the beauty, because I have to say, out of all the schools that I visited, Penn State has one of the most beautiful campuses, honestly, ever. There's so much to do too. I mean, it was considerably dead because it's summertime technically for students, so nobody was really there, but from what I understand, athletes and some summer session students. But despite it being dead, it was still pretty active. So it was definitely like the campus as a whole was beautiful. We start at 12:30, but before you even get started with everything that's in the auditorium and meeting new people, you have to pick up your name tag, and you get a bag too. I'll show you the bag. You'll get a name tag with your name on it. You'll also get a bag. It's not bad. The gag is you have to walk around with this every day. So easy to say, everybody, at least the few people that are on campus, are going to know you're a freshman without a doubt. But that's always fun, because other freshmen will know what you are. As if you're like a vampire, they'll know what you are. So you get this bag. It has a whole bunch of information. You've got you got a map, your student guide. You're gonna have to use this a lot of the time throughout the day. I won't go too deep inside of this, just because I don't want to strip any of you guys of your experience. I just want to give you guys a look, or like an inside look, of some of the things that you're going to be seeing and holding and going through. You have a map at the back of your student guide, which will help you get around campus. But honestly, I'm gonna say, unless you're old-fashioned and you're into this, then you can use it. But I would just say use your Navi. The school is literally so huge that you can type in one of the building name on your GPS, and it'll give you walking directions, because the school has its own zip code. It's really crazy. Throughout the 2 days that you're there for NSO, you start to get your first inkling of a feel for what life on campus is like. I know that I started to recognize things and know my way from places literally just being there for 2 days, and I've said literally about 20 times, but bear with me, okay? Then you'll also get like a student technology guide. I'm exhausted. You get some stuff about like PNC Bank. It'll tell you about banking on campus, because there really is no bank aside from PNC. And then you go and you get your ID. Let's talk about that. So the line to get the ID, easy, speedy, right? I had to take my picture 3 times. But let me tell you why. First time, I took it, easy breezy, beautiful, not because they lost my picture. I went, posed, took my picture the second time, but mid-photo, some girl who's supposed to be an orientation leader and know better walked in the middle of my picture. So I've got like the oop face in the picture, and she was like, yeah, you don't look ready in this picture. I think you might want to retake it. So I took her advice because nobody's just gonna lie. That was just a nice way to be like, sis, you look dead ugly. Let's try again. So we tried again. Third time, thought it would be the charm. She said, you know what, since you've been so patient, I'm gonna show you your photo. And if you've never seen a chipmunk in human form, you're looking at one now. I don't even know if my eyes are open. My hair is not laid like it needs to be, and we all know like this grew overnight, so it needs to look flawless, but it didn't. So honestly, it's really not that hideous, but I feel like no ID picture is supposed to look good, so I was just like, you know what, it is what it is. Welcome to college. After you took the ID picture, they print it the same day. You just have to wait a few moments. I got my ID. I saw a wild rabbit for the first time on campus, and I was shook up about it. Hold on, honey, we're in the wilderness. And you're from like 12 to I want to say maybe 1:30, you're with your parents and you're listening to the first ounce of consistent talking that's gonna happen throughout the entire day. When 1:30 came, that's when they were like, all right, well, now it's time to say good night and you're gonna separate from your parents. The gag is your parents' day lasted until 5 p.m. and your day on day 1 of NSO is going to last until 11 p.m. It doesn't sound like a lot, but it's a lot. You separate from your parents. In my case, I separated from my mom because her and I took the drive together. And I mean, it wasn't tough for me to say goodbye. I was really interested in making friends, meeting new people, because you don't want this situation or this experience to be a lonely one, because you're literally doing so much with strangers. So you really want to have some company along the way. So the parents went and had their own separate parents' day, I guess, adjusting to having your kid out of the house. I have no idea what happened with them over there, but I know that with the students, because there's so many of us, they put you in groups. I was in group 3, and group 3 was pretty cool. There was a nice bunch of people. Everybody was really personable and fun and easy to talk to. I met a lot of people who are accustomed to farm life and like grass, and your neighbors living 20 miles away, which I'm not accustomed to. So, you know, just be open-minded to learning new things about people, comparing your experiences, and laughing about it. Don't make things weird. Another thing to expect as well is sitting in classrooms for extended periods of time. Like, you're going to sit through hours and hours and hours and hours of people talking. It does get fun eventually, which I'll get into, but be prepared for a lot of talking. Be well rested, have a coffee on hand, have a snack if you need one. It's gonna be a lot of talking. So for majority of the day, pretty much, our orientation leaders were running us through like campus etiquette, campus safety, what to do and what not to do with friends, not to do drugs at party. They told us the campus was a dry campus, which we all know is a lie. I mean, if that's not your scene, then that's not your scene, and that's okay. You just gotta be responsible, to be honest. So, dry campus, wet campus, whatever the case may be, we are not dumb. They teach you emergency contact, like 814-863-1111. That is campus police, I think. If I got that right, I'll be very proud of myself because they drilled it into our head. Let's talk roommates. One major part of NSO that everybody looks forward to is the fact that you're sharing a dorm with a complete stranger, and that'll give you a feel for roommate life. The girl that I had, I actually didn't get to know her too well. She seemed really cool. For the mini conversation that we did have, she actually seemed really cool, but I ended up meeting a few other girls that I just meshed with a little bit better. And I'm not saying that you'll get cliquey, but you'll find people either within your group or throughout the day where, here's again where you need to be social. Like, don't be afraid to go up to somebody who's not in your group and be like, oh, I like your shoes, let's hang out. If you're not happy in a group, it'll make the experience so much longer. One of the cool things about NSO was that you weren't confined to the hall that they had assigned you to. You didn't have to stay there, but you just had to be inside of there by 11:15. Like, you didn't even have to be in your room. You just had to be inside of the hall. I ended up getting back to my room at about 1 a.m. So when I came back, my roommate was knocked. And tip, be respectful, because you have to be up very early the next day, so you probably don't want to go to sleep at 4 a.m. because you have to wake up and be out for 7:45. Once I realized she was sleeping, I just tried to be pretty courteous, because I know, like, first of all, I could sleep through wars, so it didn't even matter. If I was in her situation, it wouldn't matter if my roommate was loud as ever, I'd probably still sleep. But everybody's different, so you don't want to leave a bad impression. So I made sure when I was going in and doing what I had to do, I was like quiet about it. I used minimal light. There's only one light in the room, and the light is like really fluorescent and blah, blah, blah. That light is really fluorescent and bright, and it can wake somebody up. So if you have to, use your flashlight, or even better, just the front screen light of your phone, for this experience. I'm sure when you move in, you'll have a lamp. I'll have a lamp. But, you know, just be courteous, because there is somebody else there. Prior to going back to the dorm and taking a shower, they take you to the intramural building, and the intramural building is for recreational use. You can do rock climbing, you can play volleyball, basketball, tennis. It's really elite, to be honest. So that's nice to see where all the money I'm paying is going to be going to. Then we move on to second day. Second day began at 7:45, maybe like 8 o'clock, 8:30ish, and then it ended at approximately 5 p.m. for some people. It ended earlier for me. I finished at about 3:30. The second day is where you finally make your schedules. So at the start of the second day, I woke up, got some breakfast with my mom, told her a little bit about my experience after we had separated, and then we had to listen to more talking. And if you thought the first day was bad, the second day is a little bit worse. I think all the sleep that you didn't get from the day before is catching up to you on day 2, and you just don't know how to deal with it. Or at least I didn't know how to. So there's gonna be a lot of not realizing you're falling asleep when you're falling asleep. On the second day, you'll go to your college and you'll have a meeting with your college. They'll explain to you some of those expectations for your specific college. You make your schedule. That's super fun. They give you a rundown, because after freshman year, apparently you're gonna have to make your schedule yourself and choose your classes yourself. They talk to you about potentially picking up a minor. I know for my college, it's highly recommended to pick up a minor. They sent a list with all of them, and I'm thinking that I want to do a global studies minor and learn more about what's going on in the world, and even get some experiences in some other countries. So I'm checking that out. For the most part, that's NSO. It's a lot of listening. It's very important to actually listen to what you're hearing, and a lot of walking, so make sure you wear comfortable shoes. Bring a bottle of water, again, coffee if you need it. Highly recommend coffee. Be ready to take yourself out of your comfort zone, even if that's not what you're accustomed to. And just have a good time, honestly. Just enjoy the experience, because you can only do college once. So, you know. Thank you guys so much for watching. That is all for my video today. Sorry if my information was sporadic or all over the place. It is very, very late at night. If you guys have any questions, feel free to leave it in the comment box section below. If you want to ask me anything or follow me on my social media, that'll be on my end screen, so just wait till then. If you are attending Penn State this fall, well, let me know, because that'll be great to know, and we could definitely be friends. Congratulations, graduates. Congratulations, self, and congratulations in advance to all of you juniors, sophomores, and freshmen that are slowly progressing onto this road. See you later, guys. Bye!